It's week 3 of the NFL, and we've got Breece Hall. He's coming off an incredible effort with over 200 yards rushing a week ago. It's the Jets and the Jaguars coming up next.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all...
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And running with power here. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Now Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So the Jets now in great position here to start things out. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. You look at this Jaguar defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league. 17th in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the number 1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Now Lawrence on 1st down. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 from the 48. Here's 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, Etienne. Able to fight through one tackle. And taking it across midfield and... yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he's going to get this down close to a first. And it's 34. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Etienne. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll take... about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Jags, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Straight ahead is Hall, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. And now out come the Jags. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 19 carries, 96 yards.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. You talk about this Jets defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 8. Lawrence. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Lawrence will throw. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. These two teams all tied after one. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete there to Bateman. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Paul on a give up the middle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. On second down, a run with Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he can only manage to get it. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
Here's a give to Hall. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Cole Kmet, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have moved out in front. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards. comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk.
Complete to Christian Kirk. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 6. Now Lawrence to throw.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Jets will take over. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's
They'll run with Hall.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
They'll go again with Hall.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to widen their advantage.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A game there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
ETN up the middle. He'll get this down to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
And you see the last drive, great chunk of yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did. The reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
Rodgers throw complete here to Kmet.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Rodgers going to throw. And he is caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37. On play action, it's Rodgers.
This one deep for Wilson.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Powers through him. Evans has it left side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
And this is very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's going to have another another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started out west in live.
A no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Jets now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Hall again on second down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 124 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here comes third and about a foot. Hall again. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? Love has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running left, it's Hall. And he'll 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now Rodgers got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Cole Kmet with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 9-play drive. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Lawrence. To the sideline and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Lawrence. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quentin Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. On play action, Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there. And that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And this is caught by Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down. Back to the ground with Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Hall again on 2nd down. And they get him down at the run. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 168 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Ethan Carter punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets are able to add on to that lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Right center line to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they can't bring him down. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes. But oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. A short throw to Ingram. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. They'll give to Hall. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story we'll talk about after this one. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run with Hall, and he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Zerline good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now Lawrence on first down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jack touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Tackle on that play by Quinnen Williams.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 3rd and 5. Now Lawrence. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 15. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 197 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Hall again. Bulldozes past him. He's still on his feet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
A handoff for Hall. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Touchdown, Jets! Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Zerline connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Jaguars 6. Brings Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made here at the 36. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back into this one.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
pressure, and they got to him again. Javon Kinlaw providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall down inside the 40.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hall on a give up the middle. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. Fights off the defender. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
They'll run with Hall. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every